Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video because we are starting a new series on homeschooling and just a quick guide on how to start that homeschooling journey. Maybe you're on the fence about whether you should homeschool or not. Maybe you're in the beginning stages of your homeschool journey. Well, I'm here to make that journey just a little bit easier. So we're gonna sit back, take some notes, and I'm going to go step by step. So if you're new here, my name is Ashley Maxim, and I am a stay-at-home mom of 3, a homeschool mom, a Christian mom, all the things. And I am just so grateful that you have joined our community. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. And we are just going to jump right into this video. So I'm going to give you a little bit of history on my homeschool journey and why I decided to homeschool, because for one, it wasn't an easy decision. This was not an automatic decision. So I was a high school teacher in the public school system for 9 years. And when I had my baby number 3, I decided to become a stay-at-home mom. And even making that decision, I did not think that I would homeschool. And so as I was home on maternity leave, deciding to make that jump of being a stay-at-home mom and leaving my classroom after 9 years, I did start to have kind of a heavy weight on my heart to homeschool my kids. And I'll tell you this, you guys, I never ever growing up, even again being in the educational system, never thought that I would homeschool. I was a public school student all my life. I just assumed that my children would go to school. We looked at preschools, all the things, but it was heavy on my heart to look into the homeschooling system, what that was, what it's all about, how to do it. I researched for a year before I became a homeschool mom. This was a difficult decision for me, and the reason why was because honestly, I was just scared. I knew nothing about being a homeschool mom, about homeschooling children. Yes, I have been an educator for 9 years in the public school system, but I taught high school. I taught high schoolers, teenagers, and for me, that just came so naturally. It was so easy. So to come home and teach my own children, little children at that, I just had no idea where to start. So what I started with was research, and I literally joined mom groups, homeschool mom groups, and sat back, watched the chats about homeschooling, curriculums, pros and cons. That's where I started. Other moms are the best people to educate you on homeschooling and kind of learning from what their experiences were. Everybody's experience is going to be different, but there are some general things that were going to be the same. And so as I started doing my research and looking into what homeschooling was, particularly in my state, and looking into curriculum and understanding what this whole homeschool system was about and the purpose behind it, then I started really becoming confident in the fact that, okay, this is the route that is going to be helpful for my family. And of course, praying through it. So as I walk through just, okay, Lord, like, is this what you want me to do for my family right now? I just kept getting the reassurance of yes. And so I took that leap of faith and started homeschooling my children. In today's video, I'm going to just walk through a list of things that helped me begin this journey, and I believe it will help you as well to begin your journey, or even to decide whether or not to move forward in making the decision to homeschool. So number one, I would just suggest praying, right? So if you believe that this is something that is on your heart to do, if you believe that this is something that your family needs, your children needs, it's heavy. It is a weighty decision, but just pray. right? The Lord will make it clear to you as to what you are to do. And if this is the season that you are to walk through, that is one of the things I did first and continue to do, because you can change your mind. This does not have to be a commitment you stick with for the whole educational journey for your children, but this might be what is necessary for right now. And I led with prayer. Number 2, know your why. Write down your why. Why is it necessary for you to homeschool right now? Why do you want to homeschool right now? What about homeschool is attractive to you? What about homeschool is going to benefit your family? Your why is important, because your why is what you're going to come back to when those days get really rough, when those kids are acting up, when you want to send your kids to public school or private school and you no longer want to homeschool. You got to go back to that why. Why did I sign up for this in the first place? Write that why down. It may be a ton of reasons, right? It may be a lot of reasons. I would hone it down to 3 reasons as to why you want to homeschool, but this is where you need to start. Write down your why. For me, my top 2 reasons why I wanted to homeschool was because I wanted to know what my children were learning. That was really important to me. What they were learning, how they were learning it. And then number 2, I wanted to lay a biblical foundation for my children at a very early age. That was really important to me and is really important to me. So those were my top 2 reasons as to why I decided to homeschool. I wanted to be able to really take charge of their learning and be able to make sure that I was tailoring their learning to what they needed and what I felt was needed at their age level, at their skill level, while still following state standards. Write down some pros and cons that you may be able to think of as far as homeschooling goes. There are a ton of pros, but there are cons as well. Okay, so some of your pros may be the fact that your children are home. They are with you. They are under your guidance, your supervision, your education, right? And that con may be that your children are home. So you are with them 24/7, especially in the beginning. Now we can talk about different strategies about them getting out, socializing and things like that. But for the most part, they are at home, and that may be a con for you, and that's all right. But write down some pros and cons and let that list kind of help guide your why. Number 3, I want you to consider your family and your family's lifestyle. And here's what I mean by this. I really want you to think about, what are your goals? What are your values? What do you want for your children? At the end of the day, at the end of homeschooling, what do you want them to walk away with? Right? Think about your daily routines. Think about the lifestyle of your family. Is it important that you guys have flexibility? Is it important that you guys are able to get up and travel and get out into the world? Is it important for you to really teach them about home and running a home? Is it important to you to teach them whatever your faith might be? Is it important for you to be able to be the guiding light, right? So what is your family's values, their goals? Consider your family, consider your lifestyle, consider yourself, right? This is a commitment that you are making. This is a commitment that you are making to your children to educate them, to figure out the best routes to educate them, to make sure that their educational needs are being met. And it's not just academic, right? So homeschooling, we know, goes beyond the academics, but the home life as well. How are you going to teach that? What is that going to look like for your family? Are you committed to that? When you think about yourself in all of this, are you able to commit, right? Do you have support? Do you have a community? Who can you turn to when you're having a hard time, when you're struggling, when you don't know what to do next, right? When your child or children are not following the lesson plan, right? So how do you pivot, right? Sometimes you need community for that, just even for just relief and to vent, right? Have a community. So consider yourself in this decision making as well. Number 4. Once you have considered your family, your lifestyle, kind of considered yourself in all of this, I want you now to write a mission statement, write a vision statement. What is your vision for homeschooling? What is the vision for your family? Put your goals in there, put your why in there, make it short. But think about this, and maybe you need to collaborate with whoever you may be homeschooling with, a husband, whoever it might be. Write it down, post it. Your family needs to see it. You need to see it. It is going to be a reminder for you. Again, when those days get rough, when you're tired, when you're weary, when you feel like this wasn't the right decision, go back to your mission and vision statement. Have your kids, if they're old enough, to write it with you. Right? So that it's a family mission and vision statement. But this is going to be necessary for you to reference back to. Number 5, get a book. Get a book that is going to help be a guide for you, because this is a ever-changing world of homeschooling. There's always resources. There's always things to help you along this journey. The one that I recommend that was very helpful for me, especially in the early stages, the planning stages, Plan Your Year, Homeschool Planning for Purpose and Peace. And this literally will help you write your mission and vision statement. It will help you write your goals. It gives you space to write your pros and cons. It just walks you through just the beginning stages of planning, even understanding curriculum and what that looks like. And so that is something that I would do. Read a book, right? You don't have to read a whole lot. There's a ton of books out there, but this was a workable book. This was something that I worked through in the beginning stages. So you're writing, you're thinking, you're kind of doing some tasks to help you plan. And this was a helpful guide to refer back to when necessary. Number 6, this is the final step. This is the last piece of homework that you need to do while you are taking this next step of deciding whether you're going to homeschool or if you are in the beginning stages of homeschooling. What I want you to do is to research your state's homeschool laws. Every state is different. In California, which is where I live, you can look at the website cde.gov, and they will outline the homeschool policy for California, but they will also give you the state standards for every grade level, so you know what your child should be meeting to meet the standards for the state of California. Another good book that you can reference for those of us in the state of California, this is called the California Homeschool Manual, especially if you are deciding to privately homeschool, and we're going to talk about that in a different video. Every state has their education website, so make sure you get on there and research the homeschool policies, everything that you need to follow in order to homeschool your child legally. So you want to make sure that you're keeping records and grades and meeting those standards, whatever they may be for your particular state. But that is the very last point that I want you to take away from this video. You have a whole lot of homework to do. Go and do it. But I do want to leave you with this. If you are deciding to homeschool, know that you are doing a good thing. If you decide not to homeschool, know that you are doing a good thing, because you are doing what is best for your family. If you are deciding to homeschool, it is a commitment for now. One thing I do at the end of each school year is reevaluate. Is this something that I want to do next year? You are always reevaluating. You have the option to change your mind. You have the option to decide that something else is a little bit better in this upcoming season for my child. right? So you get to take full control of your children's educational journey. And I just want you to know that you have a community here where you can come and ask questions, you can vent, you can get some resources, and I will help you with all of that as much as I possibly can and what's within my power. But first and foremost, I am encouraging you to do what is best for your family. So if you have enjoyed this video, let me know below. Until next time, make sure that you subscribe, turn on your notifications, like the video. Until next time, have a great day, a great week, and I'll see you next time.